a sink in this couch.
Yeah, it is okay. Thanks, man.
I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm not fully done with the Urshine Pond. Put it rolling.
We're rolling already.
Ryan here from Mix 100.7 with 21 Pilots. Grammy winners. Has it sunk in yet?
Well, we haven't gotten the award yet.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not like when you accept it and then you go home
and
with
they
it?
would just like carry it out.
Yeah,
No.
No, I think I don't know. Maybe they and write our names on them and then ship them out or
Something
something.
like
But we don't have them yet.
So what you think when you actually have the physical Grammy award, then maybe it'll sink? I mean, that's it, man. Like that's a small group of artists throughout time, that have reached that pinnacle. Was that validation for you guys in any kind of way?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always great to be recognized in that way, but the thing we had on our minds was that we had made some bets with some friends that swore to never get a tattoo. We would always come up with the most ridiculous thing. Well, what if we accomplish blank with our music career? Will you then get a tattoo? And they're like, all right, if you win a Grammy, I'll get a music tattoo. So
as like a joke, they're like, yeah, I'll never get a tattoo. Yeah, if you get a Grammy.
Now they gotta get it.
There's at least two people that we gotta go to their hometown and sit them down and just call them out because they owe us that now.
Well, the speech obviously was, it was cool because it was fun, but it had such a great message behind it. I was trying to think back as I'm watching it. I'm like, that's one of the best Grammy acceptance speeches I've ever seen. Just because there was so much to it. It was shocking, but there was a reason behind it. And I've talked to a lot of artists, all the big ones over the past decade, and I've never had one say that winning a Grammy was like a goal of theirs when they started.
Yeah.
What was it to you guys, though? I mean, when you started, was it to be an award-winning artist? Was it something else? What was the goal in the beginning?
I think that when we started, we weren't looking for validation from some kind of physical thing that we can hang on our wall or something. But I know that Tyler and I both kind of separately, even before we met each other, have used music in a very personal way that's really helped us through a lot of kind of
like a
dark
therapeutic
times.
kind of way.
Absolutely,
right.
And I think that it is very therapeutic, and so I think that separately we both kind of had in our minds that if we could use our instruments or our music or our voices in some way to help at least one other person in life with music the way that music has helped us,
right.
And I think that that's a success, and that's the validation that we were looking for. And when we met and kind of had these conversations, just like, man, we gotta play music together because we were on the same page, and it's turned into this thing that that people have latched onto the music and made it really their own thing, which is ideal, and that I think is more validation than we'd ever want. But having a Grammy as well is it's
kind of a nice little side deal, right? Yeah.
But it's also something that they did. You know what I mean? And if nobody ever showed up to listen to our music or to share it with other people, then we would never have we would never have that thing at the beginning.
Is there a competitive streak in you guys? Like now that you are at the top of your game, the top of the music world, that you want to keep winning, whether it's awards or in different ways, selling out arenas? Is there a competitive streak to you guys? I find musicians interesting because when you're talking sports or something like that, that's all it is. It's about winning championships and winning, personal awards. In music, it's different. There's a whole different vibe about it, but I do find it interesting because some artists are driven by that when they reach that level. To stay there.
I think that's our biggest kept secret, is how competitive we are.
Yeah.
Because they're in the musician world, it's all like, hey, we're pulling for you guys, you pull for us, we're all in this together, like love fest, which is, I mean, it's cool, but we want to win. We want to destroy people.
Right. That's good.
And not only, I love winning, but I hate losing more than I like winning.
A lot of people say that. A lot of competitive people say that.
And, my parents are very competitive. And even though we won a Grammy, and yes, that's a win, we were nominated for 5, and my mom was like, "You lost 4." So yeah, it's real.
We're competing against his parents' band.
Yeah.
It's really
So you guys are up for 8 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Yeah.
Is there an award that you're most hoping to win? You're nominated in like every major category: Song of the Year, Best Lyrics. I mean, is there one in particular that you guys are really hoping to bring home?
There's a fan base one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
You're up for that one.
That one for us is we deserve that one.
Yeah.
Because of
your
the
fans.
people that have
Right.
taken us to this level.
And you guys have had loyal fans, because I remember when I first started hearing about you guys, it was about how big of a crowd you were bringing out organically. You know, there's some artists that kind of, I don't want to say they're packaged, but in a way they're,
Sure.
they are.
Yeah.
You guys were very organic in the way your popularity grew. So a fan base award would make sense for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that one, I think we'd be more proud of that one than any other award, for sure.
There's people here today that were at our shows in 2011, 2012, and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is awesome too. Especially, I mean, there's so many cool people that have kind of used our music, but it really makes me excited to see that people stick around as well.
You're up for pop duo. You guys are up for alternative. There's a category there that you're up for. So you're up for a couple of different genre type awards. Do you guys feel like you're in one particular genre over another? I know some artists, especially like rock artists, have a problem, with the pop label. Does it matter to you guys? Do you guys find like one of them is your home, and if the other one works out, then great?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anytime things get wound up in the pop world, like, we kind of bump shoulders with people that we feel like we don't belong next to, or there's a little
Feel
bit.
free to name one if you
No,
want.
I mean, but yeah, I think that in the alternative scene, or just like the organic, creating your own music, building your own fan base, like live shows being very, very, very important to your career. In the alternative scene, I don't even know if you call it rock, but we feel a little bit more comfortable there for sure. And just kind of dipping into the pop scene for the first time ever in 2016, we found ourselves a little uncomfortable, but still very
world,
but still very appreciative of the fact that the ultimate goal from the beginning was we want as many people to hear our music as possible, and pop radio can be a platform for sure. So we're still honored to be there.
Is there one part of the gig right now that you like the most? Is it still the live performances, the adrenaline rush of getting on stage and doing it in front of all those people?
I think it is for me.
Yeah, I mean, putting on a show for not only our crowds, but there's certain like little competitive things that I do. Like the security guards in the front, like they see shows all day, every day.
You want to impress those
if
guys.
If I can get them to kind of like, what is going on?
Yeah.
That, I mean, we used to do that in clubs. Like, we'd be playing for 5 or 6 people, or 10 people, or sometimes 50 to 100.
Right.
And our goal was always to get the bartender to like stop working for tips to like, what is going? So stuff like that keeps you motivated.
And then last question for you guys. Now that you have won a Grammy, I'm going to call it. You're going to win probably a couple of iHeartRadio Music Awards. I don't have any inside knowledge, but I have a feeling. What's the goal now? What's the next step? I mean, or is it just staying on top? Because that's always, as difficult as it's been to get to this point, staying on top is, a big challenge too.
I think
that's plenty of pressure.
I mean, I think anyone can do it once.
Mm-hmm.
By doing it twice.
The next album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the mountain we're trying to climb, and not many people can do that. And honestly, it's so much pressure that part of me wants to just like slink away and just be like, you know what, it was a great experience, but there's no way we're gonna be able to follow up what happened but that's the struggle, and that's the battle that we're going to try to overcome. So,
All right.
yeah.
21 Pilots. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Hey guys, can you sign it? This is for the station.